Let me ask you something. You came to this country to build a better life and work very hard. You send your money back home, but at the end of the month, where does your money go? If you're living paycheck to paycheck for sending your money back home, this video is for you. Every immigrant I know is working really hard, but not enough of us are actually building, and there is a difference. By working, I mean you have to show up to your job place and you give your time and you get paid for that. And then afterwards, you have bills, rent, and then you keep sending money back home, and then you start over the other week the same way. So building means that your money is doing something when you sleep. You already worked hard for the money. You already got here. You figured it out by yourself how to get here. Now it's time to actually use this country for what it's worth, because this country has more opportunities than most of us realize. And I feel like our community, or rather my community, we are not squeezing it the way it should be. Today, I'm giving you 5 things that you can start doing right now to build your real wealth here, so that when you go back home, or whether you're gonna go back in 5 years or 20 years, you can go home with something, not empty-handed. So let's get into it. Imagine you've saved $50,000 here in America. That is like you can pay your car payments and maybe a few months of some bills. That's it. But take that $50,000 in maybe in Nairobi, in Kenyan shillings, you can purchase a land with that money and your family can live on that land. If it's in Lagos and that money is in Nigerian naira, that's a house, a real house. If it's in Manila and the Philippine peso, that is a business, something that keeps your money for your children, you know. If it's in Accra, in Ghana they use CDs. That is like generational wealth investment that changes your whole family, and it is gonna change your story. The math is always the same everywhere. The power of that dollar changes the moment you cross the border. The question is not whether you should save. The question is always, are you saving in the right way? Because most of us are not. I just want you to sit with this, because you are earning in one of the strongest currencies in the world, and this is an advantage. Most people back home will never have these opportunities. If you plan to retire maybe in Kenya, Nigeria, Philippines, Ghana, just mention it, you do not need to save $1 million. Because your cost of living back home is priced in maybe naira, pesos, CDs, that means every dollar you grow here is working double for you. You're just building in a strong currency so you can live well with your currency back home. Whether you want to build a house in Lagos, or maybe you want to have a land in Nairobi, or you want to have a business in Manila or Accra, the math is always the same everywhere. That is not an unfair advantage. It's time to just start using that. Point number 2, stop letting the bank keep your money for free. Let's have a real talk. Where are you saving your money right now? If it's sitting in Chase Bank or Bank of America or Wells Fargo, I need you to listen up, because these big banks are just paying you almost zero interest. And here we are talking about 0.01%, and that is basically nothing. There is something we call a high yield saving account. Most of the people on the internet call it HYSA, and right now in 2026, these accounts are paying you 4 to 5% interest rate for just putting your money in there. So those banks pay you for just putting your money in there, and you're gonna get maybe even a passive income from them. These are banks like Ale, Marcus, SoFi, Capital One. You can just Google them up and you'll see there are so many high yield saving accounts. You can just open that in minutes and you're there. If you have $5,000 saved in a high yield saving account, it can be making you around $200 to $250 per year. And if you're saving more than that, you can have $200 to $250 even per month for just doing nothing. That is a free bill that you can be paying every single year. So stop letting big bank use your money for free. Make them pay you. Point number 3, the credit system is confusing, but it's one of the biggest tools. I know the US credit system is very confusing and it feels like it's a trap. I completely get it, but once you understand it, it becomes one of the most powerful tools you have in this country. Your credit score decides what loans you qualify for. It decides the interest that you have to pay. It decides how much you can get as leverage, meaning how much the bank will trust you with. So here is a simple way to start. Get a secured credit card and use it for small things like gas, groceries, and you get on the move. Then you can pay it every single month, and you can do this for 12 straight months and your score is gonna go high. Other people do it every Friday, other people do it twice a month. It depends with how you like it. And that is a simple strategy to just get a good credit score. Then a good credit score unlocks better rates on car loan, mortgages, and even business financing. And that is the way you keep your money in your pocket. And if you ever want to invest back home, your US credit history already gives you option that most people back home will never have. Don't get scared of a credit card. Learn how it works and use it. And this is gonna let you work with it and let the credit card work for you. Point number 4, side income and smart tax move. This is equals to more money in your pocket, and this is a good one because most people are leaving so much money on the table. If you have any kind of side income, be it driving, cleaning, doing hair, selling products, running a digital store, listen up carefully. You may qualify to file as a small business owner. And small business owners can deduct real expenses, be it your phone bill, part of the rent, be it office equipment, or maybe mileage. Maybe when you're driving to work, you can just say that. Any equipment or supplies, you can always deduct that. All that reduces how much the government taxes you, and it's very legal. And this is not a trick. This is exactly how the system was built, and most immigrants don't even know that it exists. Please talk to your tax professional, ask them about filing, and it's always there, and they have helped a lot of people, so you got to save your money when doing that. Save you hundreds of thousands every single year. You work too hard to give extra money to the government when you don't have to. So just look at it. Point number 5, buy a piece of the United States so you can go home and buy the whole block. This is my favorite one because I love this so much and I love investing. So this is what you do. You know how people say buy land? In America, you can buy a piece of something even bigger, and it's called an index fund. And there are two most popular ones, VOO or VTI. When you buy one share of VOO, you're literally buying a piece of Apple, Google, Amazon, or even hundreds of companies all at once. With one single purchase, you don't need to pick stock or understand the stock market. You don't need to know which company is winning and which is losing. You are just investing in the United States as a whole. And historically, the US stock market has grown around 10% per year on average. And you can start with $1. Apps like Fidelity or Schwab, they let you buy fractional shares, meaning even $25 can get you in. When you start investing in the US market, your money keeps growing and you are not ready for the growth because you're gonna build wealth here, and when you go back home, you're gonna have lots of money. And that's the way you gotta buy the whole block when you go back home. So you start by owning a small piece of America. Here's your homework, not next month, but this week. 1. Open a high-yield saving account. Banks like Ally, SoFi, Markers, just pick one today and just start. 2. Check your credit score because they are free. You can go to Credit Karma and just know your numbers. 3. Invest on something, even if it's $25 or $50. Open apps like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab, and you're gonna get to buy your first share of VOO or VTI. So these are smart and consistent moves, and this is how wealth is built. You don't have to leave home, sacrifice everything, come work here for night shift, pull those double shift, and then send all that money back home. I believe nobody should retire empty-handed back home. So just go out there and win. If this video helped you, share it with one person in your community or one person who needs to hear this, and subscribe to my channel. Every week, I'm always breaking money down in plain language, so just make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.